Hi guys, sorry that I cannot be there. I just had a medical emergency and I'm home for a few more days. I'll have a cool scar to show you when I get back. I've heard some really good reports on some of my classes and I've heard some rough reports on others. So I need you to know that I will be coming back. You will be held responsible for the good behavior and bad behavior. So be on your best behavior. Please do what I know that you can do. Today is a normal day. I need you to put your phones up. You will not need them. Get your tablet because you have this video to watch, of course. You'll need Desmos to use as your calculator to do some of the problems. There is a note sheet, so if you haven't picked it up, go ahead and do so. The note sheet looks like this. It's just one page, so if you haven't got it, either ask the sub or look around on the pink table and grab it. When you get a chance, hopefully today, I want you to take a minute and tape all your notes into your composition book. Our notes generally are on colored paper or they have notes written up at the top. So take a minute and get organized. You will have to show these notes to the sub. If you do not show the notes to the sub, you will get a 0 for the day. So you will have to take these notes, fill them all in, and show them. So go ahead and take these notes, show the sub, and then tape everything in and get organized. Okay, so today we're going to talk about direct variation. We're going to use direct variation with just plain math problems, but we're also going to do it with some word problems. So our learning objective is to use solve problems with just straight math and also word problems that involve direct variation. You've done direct variation before. It's something that you did in 8th grade. Go ahead and fill this out. If two variables vary directly, it means that they are related, it means there's a ratio to each other. Setting up a direct variation proportion, you have one category on top, one category on bottom, and it equals the same category on top and the same category on bottom. And it doesn't matter which category is on top or bottom as long as you're consistent. So make sure that you filled in your little blanks, and let's keep going. Below that, it says how to solve a proportion for an unknown. I want you to pause me, and I want you to write down what you see. So go ahead and make your notes. Go ahead and write this down. The heights, an example, this is just an example. We're making a ratio out of heights and weights. So it's something you know over a different category of something you know, and it equals the same category that maybe you don't know and something you know. So sorry for all the words, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Category A over category B equals category A over category B. And one of these is an unknown and will always be a variable. It doesn't matter which way it gets set up as long as you're consistent. So categories in the numerators must match and categories in the denominators must match. You are going to cross multiply and then solve for the unknown. So if you haven't already, please pause me and get all this written down on your note sheet. Moving on, here's an example. Make sure you're getting this in your notes. We have y's and x's in this example, so I went ahead and set up my ratio. Y over x equals y over x, and so then I'm gonna fill that in. My first y is 4. And the x that goes with it is 6. Then find the value of y when x equals 18. So I put y over x equals y over x. And so then we cross multiply. 4 times 18 equals 6 times y. And I wrote that out over here. I did math. 4 times 18 is 72 equals 6 times y. We divide both sides by 6 and then we come up with our answer. I want you to pause me and see what you can do for the next example. Use the one above as your template, but pause me and try it on your own. Okay, I hope that you got the same answer I got. I got x equals 35. Once again, I saw that we just had x's and y's, so I went ahead and I wrote a template to follow. Y over x equals y over x, and then I just filled it in. Y is 14 when x is 10. I filled that in, and then I know that y is 49 when x, and we don't know x, so I cross multiplied. 10 times 49 equals 14 times x. 490 divided by 14, and our answer is 35. So if you didn't do any of that on your own, I'm not really happy, but that's okay. Make sure you pause me and that your notes have all of these examples on them. Moving on to the next example, this is really just showing you that you did all this before. This should look very familiar. You guys did this in 8th grade for sure, and I think a little bit maybe in 7th grade. Direct variation is just a linear equation with our y-intercept of 0. So you should be able to graph y equals 2x just based on what we've been working on. Here the rate of change or the slope is 2 and our x-intercept is 0. When x equals -1, it's just 2 times -1. When x equals 0, it's 2 times 0. And hopefully you would be able to make ordered pairs. So when x equals -1, you just fill it in and you graph it. I threw this in there just hoping that it would make sense, connect it to what we did last week, and then moving on to what's new. If you'll notice, you should connect the dots, and it's a straight line. It's exactly what we've been doing, just a line with a slope of 2. Sorry guys, I hear my voice shaking. I'm tired. So let's keep going on with the notes. For direct variation word problems, we always are talking about one thing that varies directly with another. I have y's vary directly with x. So I like to use color. So for example, if the problem says that hats vary directly with scarves, then that's what I'm going to make my ratio out of. That's going to be my fraction. It's going to be hats over scarves equals hats over scarves, or scarves over hats equals scarves over hats. So whatever it is, you just have to be consistent. You always have 2 categories. You have 3 things that you know and 1 thing that you don't know. And for example, we have the number of cookies that Marcia bakes varies directly with the number of hours she is baking. So I already know I have cookies and in hours. So I set up my template, cookies over hours equals cookies over hours. I know 32 cookies in 3 hours, and then I know 288 cookies, but I don't know the hours. So if you can, pause me, set up your ratio like I did, and then see if you can fill it in. So pause me for a second and fill it in. Hopefully when you filled it in, it looks something like this. So if it didn't, go ahead and get it written in. Also pause me again and do the math. Do the cross multiplication. You're just going to cross multiply. 32 times x equals 288 times 3. So pause me and see if you can come up with an answer before I tell it to you. Okay. So I did the math there and I showed you ultimately x equals 27 hours. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you get all of this written on your notes. Oh goodness, I messed up. So go ahead and pause me. Oh, I didn't want to show you this, but I'm not starting over. Okay, you guys, go ahead and stop. I want you to try the final example. Just read it to yourself and try it. So the number of frames that flash on a movie screen varies directly with the number of seconds. So you have frames over seconds equals frames over seconds. So pause me and go ahead and do that. Try not to look and see if you can get it set up. And so you should end up with 5 over 120 equals 3 over x. And then we cross multiply. 5 times x equals 120 times 3. And so that's 5x equals 360. I divide both sides by 5. And my answer is 72. All right, so that's the end of these notes. By all means, if you did not get something written down, then go ahead and rewind and make sure that you have the whole thing done. It's very important. This topic will show up on our next test. This topic shows up on your STAR test, so it's something that we need to make sure that we cover. All right, you have an assignment in Schoology. That assignment will have today's date on it, which is September 30th. It'll say September 30th, 2022, direct variation assignment. I hope that you can now solve math problems that are real world and regular math that involve direct variation. I also need you to take your completed notes to the substitute or the classroom teacher and have them check off your notes. And your notes are going to count as a daily grade. When I get back to class, I am going to find their little recording sheet. And if you have a check mark, it's a 100. If you do not have a check mark, it's a 0. I'm not going to listen to I forgot or I didn't have it. If you're absent, that's fine. We'll figure it out. You can let me know. But I don't, there are 0 excuses. I need an X mark and that you took down these notes and that you did it correctly and that we can give you a 100 for the day. Sorry about my voice, you guys. So go ahead and finish up that assignment. It is in Schoology. I will not be back at all next week. And I will make as many videos and stay involved, and I will be part of all that's going on. You guys behave and do the right thing. I will see you soon. I miss y'all, and y'all do the right thing. Make good decisions.